How's it going, guys? Tyrant here, and I just finished watching the latest episode of Hinamatsuri. I'll figure out the name. I'll figure out the name. But what was interesting about this episode was kind of how much how much lacking it was of Hina herself. Uh, we got to see we mostly got to see Anzu and Hitome and kind of what they're all about. And so if you remember last time, sorry for my voice. I've got a sick, so I still wanted to talk about this episode because it was really funny actually. You got because if you remember last week's episode, Anzu uh is kind of stuck in this timeline. I would say because that's as much as I can tell what's happening here, and she's still been stealing and trying to live. Uh, and she gets taken in by this homeless guy and starts living the hobo life, and it's really just like what's happening. And it's really interesting that she's at one point when fuck, I forgot the guy's name. Mita, I think it's Mita. Offers her money like 40,000, and you kind of see like her how much time it took her to collect cans and get money from that to getting offered 40,000 yen out of nowhere. Like she slaps it, but uh, she she she's she takes the money reluctantly at the end to try to then support her new hobo family, which I find that also funny. Uh, but she loses it out immediately because of all the stuff she stole during that time. I also find it interesting that she's not willing to admit what's happening, just so she doesn't let Hina know what's up. So that I don't know. I would have like said, like here, come on, you could be living and not being doing anything crazy, but whatever. But that little storyline in itself ended reasonably well, and we'll see what becomes of that. Um, Now going with Hitomi. God, I gotta remember these names. What's interesting is that she's still working as a bartender. If you remember last week's episode, that she just ended up serving drinks one time, and well, yeah, she just keeps doing it now. Somehow got blackmailed to do it, and it was just a thing now. Yeah, she's a really good bartender apparently. But what's interesting during the events of this storytelling is that her teacher um shows up at the bar, like notice like, wait, don't I know you? And then out of her pure skill, like, nah, you're no middle schooler could do this skill. Um, and yeah, it's just a funny scene. Facial expressions, everything's like on point on this one. Um, but it's interesting that she kind of got stuck blackmailed into becoming a bartender and earning a lot of money on top of that because she's like earning 1,500 yen an hour plus tips. It's bartending, so it's something. Like where this that storyline will go, who knows. The only other thing left is an interesting note that we do see Hina in this episode. Um, it's during the time where they're doing the whole Anzu Hobo thing, and Mita kind of notes, if I would have found her, things would have been different, and she has this little nightmare of her being the homeless person, and Anzu kind of living her life and everything. So she tries to be considerate of Mita and tries to help around the house. Oh god, she's pretty much useless. For a girl with psychic powers, she tries her best. I'm gonna give her that. I'm gonna say she tries her best. She has good intentions, but it doesn't turn out well. And yeah, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen from there. um, because it ends kind of like a little cliffhanger. But that's kind of about it. It was just this one's a little bit fun. It doesn't have Hina, but it had some of the other side characters a little bit built in, so it's enjoyable. So thanks again for watching. Until next time, see ya.